Okay, hello Phonak sector. It's time to make the first turn. Let's see now. The first turn, one could think that there's not much to do, but actually one can spend hours to contemplate the things here. I'm not going to do that now, and I actually never do. But the thing why first turn is special because you have to make choices that uh, are based on your game strategy and also your game philosophy. And that's one of the reasons why in the forums and activity feed, even the most experienced players often have very different views about what to do on the first turn. But let's begin. I want to remind you that I expect that you've at least played those single player levels or something like that, so you know the most basic things about the planets. So I'm not going to go through those. I'm just going to start doing stuff and explaining what I'm doing on the next level, the deeper level. So let's go to the home world, home planet. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to build as many factories there as I can. And the reason for that is that I want those minerals. I want to dig up those minerals as fast as I can so I can start to build good ships every turn. The faster you get good ships and a good fleet, the faster you can spread out into the space and you have a better situation against your opponents. And especially this will be important because of the ship limit, which we will talk more about in the later videos. But I will build as many mines as possible. I will build as many factories as possible for the same reason. Supplies, you can sell those for money and just a few turns and they start paying themselves back. And I also start to tax heavily my colonists, my clans. And some people want to grow them, want them to grow. I want to tax them. I want all the money out of them. I will tax them to the happiness of 40, and this even though they are not growing that much, there's still millions of colonists there. There's plenty to send around, and this is not a good money planet, but I need that money during the first turns. But that's enough to do in the home world. So I build maximum mines, maximum factories, and I tax a lot. Then for the Starbase. Some people build a warship as their first build. I usually don't. I only build a warship as my first build in a very special situation. For example, if the clusters where I am are a bit silly and I'm playing as the Borg, for example, and I would like to go somewhere with a fire cloud so I can channel from my home world to the fire cloud as soon as possible. If I build that fire cloud as a first build, there is a better possibility that I can send it to another planet cluster without being seen by some enemy ships. But usually, most players and me especially build large D-space freighter with transport drives as the first build. And the reason for that is, like I mentioned, you want to get those minerals and money as soon as possible. So what you need to start doing is to go out there into the space and try to get those mineral and money from the nearby planets so you can start and keep building good ships every turn. And that was the Starbase. And then the ship, medium deep space freighter. Now you can see there are these lines going from each planet to another, and these connections show the places where a ship can travel with transwarp engines in one turn from one planet to another. So the reason why it's a good idea to use transwarp engines is that the idea is to get ships built as and to do stuff in as few turns as possible, because then you are being fast and you are able to be faster than your opponents. So what I'm going to do with this is that I need to scout nearby planets, and I also need already some mines to dig something and to pick up something. So this is what I'm going to do. This is a very peculiar amount of resources I'm loading to the freighter. I'm planning to go there and build mines, 99 mines and one factory. And it's a bit silly move, but let's see if it pays out. But this medium will go to this nearby planet, drop stuff there and build mines there, and then it goes next turn to scout the other planet, and then it will return to the first planet that it had colonized the last turn and pick up some mines and go back home, and some minerals and go back home. So that's the plan. And this is actually a bit odd beginning, but let's contemplate more on this on next turn. Now I've done everything for the first one. Thank you.